Welcome to Unreleasing Your Internal Representative, the podcast where you will know how you perceive yourself and what are your abilities that will impact your success career journey. I am your host, Shweta, and in today's episode, we will deeply dive into the fascinating world of internal representation. So, first of all, what is internal representation? It is a way how you see your perspective, your ability, and your potential in this competitive professional world. So, basically, it is a combination of belief, thoughts, and your self depreciation. So, here I have Sudhanshu with me. So, what are your thoughts about internal representation?
Shweta, internal representations are the internal filters. For what? If you ask, in vast space of mind, our mind is a big space. Internal representations work like mental filters. So, with the help of these filters, you perceive the world as it is. By saying this, internal representation actually builds in three important pillars, that is distortion, and generalization. On these three pillars, you take the input and create your representation and store in your mind.
So, absolutely. This internal representation act as a filter on our mind. It's very true because it is a thing that will empower us to do everything, and it can also limit us doing anything if we have self doubt or negative people around us, isn't it?
Yes, let me explain you about understanding the mental model of the mind. That means how our mind communicate to the rest of the world. You know, anything you got this information, it's like a event. It is called external event. Any external event is not right or wrong, good or bad. It is our representation make it good or bad. So any external state happens, we perceive that information through our senses. We have the five senses. From there we receive this information. This information got delete, distort and generalized. Then we store it like image, taste, feeling and your internal dialogue also, Shweta. Once we store it, this now create a state, that is we call our mental state. By this you think, oh, this fruit is good, that fruit is not good. You say this person is good, that person is not good. This is called emotional state. Emotional state brings the behavior. Accordingly you act. The experience you create actually the result of your internal representation from the any incident happen.
So I think this is the way how we form our internal representation, or is there any other way to make it out?
This is the way it forms. Basically, it is also previously you have already any communication do with you do with another person. Already that person is creating an internal state. Either it is reinforcing or it is creating the negative. But let's say you have a good friend. Anytime you talk to her, she is creating a image about yourself, or she is reinforcing. Yeah, this person is good. What is happening here? The communication what you are doing is by on her filter, she is deleting, distorting, and generalizing. With this, if you see every time you communicate, you create a state for her. Will not it be great if you understand this and form your language? Now, as you know, whatever I tell, she is creating a representation. What is not told the things which will help to create a good bond. One more important thing, Sweta, over here is once you start communicating, whatever you do not think like whether it is good or bad. Just think what is your internal represent, whether it is empowering you or it is limiting you. If any belief values is limiting you, you can question them.
Definitely. Even I have a thing. One of my friend who was working 8 hours a day in his corporate job. I was always thinking that what a struggle life he's having. He's working 8 hours a day. He must not be enjoying his life. But in my thought, I was wrong. He was actually completing all his dreams. Today, he's very happy. He's overwhelmed. He's enjoying everything in his life. So, I think it is all in our mind. It is our internal perspective, how we see ourselves or any other person. Isn't it?
Yes, what you can do, Sweta, is understand this how I will use this particular information to help myself and help others, bringing the awareness. When we are communicating, at that time, if we aware, not judging ourselves, just becoming aware, okay, this is what my belief, this is what my thoughts, then just see whether this particular belief or thought empowering you or limiting you. If it is limiting, then question it. Can I make it improve? Or find out some incident on your real life where you have a empowering thoughts. So let's take an example. Like you told about your friend. Maybe you have something that I am not good or I am not good for job. But maybe in your colleges or something somebody has given a work to you and you find it interesting and you have done it from 9 to 6, not tired at all, no stress. Is there any incident you have?
Yes, I do have an incident. I remember one of my friend has given me to do a design for him. And in the initial stage, I was not sure. I thought that I would not be able to do it, but it was all negativity around me. I tried it. I worked for 12 hours in it. I give my best. And in the result, when I get compliments from everyone, I thought that, yeah, I am wrong. It is all in our mind, guys. We all first think negative in our mind. Then we come to the positive point. So always remember that we should keep this destruction, deterioration, and generalization on our mind. It is only deciding what next we are doing and where our career is going. So if you want more to know about it, then stay tuned for the next episode in which we'll elaborate about it more deeply.